All right, so is it possible that everything we have ever done in our lives was the best we could do? Is it possible that in all reality, if we take away what our mom and dad told us, what our brother and sister told us, what our friends told us, what our classmates told us, that we honestly have never failed at anything in our lives? That everything we did was the best we could do at the moment. Is that possible? Think about it. There are ways that I raised my kids. I want to say something that maybe a lot of people can agree with. And there are ways that I raised my kids that haunted me for decades, long after they were grown, and I just would feel bad about things I did. But learning to forgive myself and love myself, and then talking to my kids, I look at it and I see that, a lot of times I was beating myself up worse than they were. You know what I'm saying? They never thought I was perfect, but they never thought I was as bad as I was thinking myself. Because as I grew and I got older and I realized the things I had done wrong. But at the time, I never thought I was harming my kids. It was the best I could do. I was trying my best to love them and raise them. Although I might have felt like I was failing, or when I look at some of the fruits of it. But is it possible that we have truly never failed at anything? That everything we have ever done was the best we could do? Even if you getting revenge on somebody, saying you're honestly on purpose doing something bad to somebody. Is it possible that in our minds we wasn't feeling like it was something bad? Even if it was us trying to protect ourselves. We were trying to get revenge because we were hurt and we were wounded, and that was the best way to make us feel better. So we beating ourselves up for doing something that we were doing to protect ourselves. Think about it now. Now, I'm not saying that things we've done in our life were good. I'm not saying that. But is it possible, I'm asking you, is it possible that everything we have ever done, good, bad, and different, was us doing the best we could do at the time? Now we can look back on it, hindsight 2020, and say, well, I could have not ran them over. I could have just nicked them with the car instead of running them over. Again, I'm being extreme, but somebody probably has run somebody over. I mean, statistically, that could have happened. But the point is that is it possible that in that moment, even when we were behind the wheel of that car, that was the best way we could feel relief for whatever pain we felt that person caused us? Even if we made a mistake and we did it on purpose, think about it. Because when you look back on everything, we always look back and we see what horrible things we did. But think about it, in the moment, is it possible that was us just trying to survive? Life can throw us all kind of curveballs and pain and trouble, and sometimes the way we respond to it might not be the way we want to. But is it possible that was the best we could do? Let me make sure I'm not missing any points. And like we beat ourselves up. Let me speak about myself. I beat myself up many times. I've been divorced, and so you think about the things you did wrong so much. Sometimes you forget what the other person did because I'm so busy beating myself up. But is it possible that was the best husband I could be at the time? And again, I'm not trying to give myself excuses, but if I beat myself up, which I have done, what I realized about myself, when you analyze yourself, what I realized about myself is that all I do is repeat that same abuse, that same neglect. But if I forgive myself, if I look at it like, hey, you know what, that was the best you could do at the time, it seems like I do better later. Let me give you another example. Overeating. Imagine yourself, because a lot of people got an issue with overeating, especially in America. So if you go overeat today and you're on a diet and you try to lose weight, if you feel bad about that overeating, you're going to overeat later at night. You're going to overeat in the morning. You're going to overeat tomorrow. But say you just say, that was really good. Those ribs, that Chinese food, that cheesecake was really good. I enjoyed it. I'm grateful. Do you know that it is very unlikely that you will eat more cheesecake, that you will eat more Chinese food, more ribs, that you will be satisfied in what you had because you appreciated it? But beat yourself up about eating that stuff. watch you go binge and eat a whole bunch more. So is it possible that even when we come down on ourselves, that all we're doing is hurting ourselves? Maybe we need to forgive ourselves. Maybe we need to look at everything we have ever done and view it like, yeah, I wouldn't want to do it again. And I'm sorry if it hurts somebody and you apologize to them. But as far as how we look at ourselves, maybe we did realize that in that moment, that was the best we could do. Think about it. Let me see if there's anything else I want to mention. Yeah, maybe we're just always trying to survive. Whatever we do, good or bad, it's us trying to feel better because we feel bad. And maybe anger is better than feeling like a victim. And so we lash out and get revenge because we were feeling like a victim. And that's a horrible feeling, and we'd rather feel anger. And so anger feels better. That's a fact of life. Anger feels better than victim. You know what I'm saying? So in us being angry, we might do something to hurt somebody, but really, we were just trying to feel better. And it don't mean that what we did was right, but it was us doing the best we can. So is it possible that we need to learn to forgive ourselves? Thank you for the likes, everybody. That's